What is needed to win T10?
That's a great question. I think if I knew the recipe, it would be an easy game. But look, I mean, I think, you know, a group of 5 or 6 batters who are finding form and, you know, taking responsibilities for those 10 overs. I think that's always a good platform. And then you can't get away from a couple of fast bowlers as well, which we have. Dwayne Pretorius as well, good all-rounder. Karim Janat is there as well, Bass as well. So we've got all the areas covered. It's about, I guess, just about finding a balance as soon as possible. That's what works for us. I think it's always exciting. I thought we did quite well pre-signing. I think we've got some really good batsmen there. So that was a good start for us. And then I think out of the draft we got we kind of filled the gaps, which was good for us. So yeah, I think it's really exciting. A couple of people haven't played. So, you know, we'll just have to get them up to speed with how it works, and obviously a nice experienced captain in Moeen as well, so we're looking forward to that. But yeah, a nice balanced team, so there's no reason why we can't compete successfully. Yeah, I think T10 is, I mean, it really is just, for me, it's about groups, you know, it's a group of batters and as a group of bowlers, you know. I think in 10 overs you can kind of get away with that balance. So I think we've got some of the best strikers, you know, going around at the moment. We've got guys that are in form as well, which is a good thing. So it's just about that combination. And then a guy like Anrik is probably one of the fastest bowlers in the world. So that's good. Sheldon brings a little bit of left arm, and so we've got some spin and some good seam. So we're looking forward to that.
Well, I think in any cricket, even T10, you've still got 60 balls to bat. So you've still got to bat smart. It's not about hitting every ball for 6, because you can get bowled out for like a low score. So I think you have to have cricket smart, as well as obviously hitting the boundaries. Boundaries will win you the games, especially sixes. So I think it's a combination. We've got such good batting lineup, but you can't just take it for granted. You still have to bat properly.
How much the success of this team in this tournament will be responsible to promote cricket in the US? Like if they win, it will be a big boost for cricket in the US?
Yeah, I think it's nice to have the interest from the US. I think it's taken longer than I actually thought, you know, to get, you know, owners and a few players from there. So I think that's excellent, and hopefully these players that are involved here will go back and spread the good news about T10 cricket. And at the same time, you know, hopefully, you know, we can get players that are becoming part of the SAMP Army in terms of coaches and players that possibly will, you know, go back over there and be part of those leagues, you know, the US Open and what's the other league? The Major League coming up as well, yeah.
Lance, one question about you have seen many nail-biting finishes. So what would be your advice to your teammates on when these kind of situations come?
Yeah, I think it's just about reading the game, really. The most important thing, I guess, dealing with pressure is being prepared, is knowing, you know, what the bowler's trying to do, what the field is set, and making sure that, you know, before the game that you've gone through all those possibilities. And I think that's the best way, is just making sure that you're 100% prepared. Doesn't matter, you know, who you're fielding, who you're batting against, or, you know, what the bowler is. You know what he's trying to do, and you've got as much information on board as possible.
What do you think that this always happens with South Africa? They lose in some very crucial match and then they exit the tournament, despite being the top contender in each and every World Cup right from 1992 when Kepler Whistles came, right? Since then they have been top contender every time. But sometimes that Herschel Gibbs is dropping with his Steve Waugh in premature celebration. Sometimes something else is happening.
Sometimes Klusener can't run.
So do you think that there is a mental block with the South Africa, that they need a psychological coach also?
I'm not sure. I think it just gets down to a point where, you know, it's not going to go away until they win an ICC tournament. I thought this year they had a good team. You know, rained out game. Well, I guess some had those, but I mean, you shouldn't be losing against Netherlands. You know, I don't think it's bad luck. I think it's just poor cricket. So that was quite disappointing. You know, if you can't beat the Netherlands, then, you know, you're never going to win a World Cup. Certainly from this point of view. But yeah, I just think we just need to be we just need to be a better in terms of playing competition cricket rather than, I think we bilateral series we're quite good, but again, you know, as a South African team, they're not winning 3-0 and 5-0. They're winning 2-1 and 3-2 or whatever it is. And you know, if you're going to try and do the same thing in competition, you come unstuck. So that might be something that they can think about. That's an interesting one. I think a guy like Hardik Pandya is up there. Ben Stokes has proved that before. But I think a fast bowling all-rounder is the glue in any team. You know, we're lucky we've got 2 or 3 in this team of ours. So that was something that we went into you know, the draft trying to do, is get a fast bowling all-rounder, and we've got 3 in this team, 4 in fact. So that's good for us, and that allows us to bat deep. But there are some good all-rounders out there. But you know, I just focus on this T10. I think we've got, you know, our team is lucky that we've got 4, you know, fast bowling all-rounders, and that's hopefully going to stand us in good stead.
Almost to win, and suddenly one ball changed the game.
Well, that's sport, isn't it?
At that time, what was in your mind and how you cope up for the next match? Because there was always
I think,
if we do this, it be this.
I think that's just the way sport is. You know, I don't think you need to take it too personally. Well, I certainly don't take it too personally. I think as long as or as long as we're prepared and we've done all our preparation, then that's why we wake up in the morning, because there's no guarantees in sport. So it has been probably unfortunate, but I think you know, we've as a South African team or whatever, I mean, we won way more games than, you know, nail biters we lost. You know, so you know, I take those positives rather than sitting on being short of a couple of runs in some other games.
Since T20 has started in 2007, we have seen that most of the test matches, they are ending in 3-4 days. So do you think that batsmen do not have that kind of temperament that they can bat throughout the days and take the test match to the 5th day?
I'm not involved too much in first class cricket anymore. I know these guys are. I don't know if you are, Lance, but I would say yes. From looking at it, I don't think people want to play 4-day cricket. I think there's the money lure now. You can go and play these leagues all over the world for quite a lot of money, rather than the hard grind of 4-day cricket for 6 months in England, say, or in the Ranji Trophy. I still think there's some good test nations around, but not as many good batsmen as before. They're not sort of dedicated to bat long periods of time.
Exactly, that's what I wanted to ask, is that art of batting is dwindling gradually, right?
Yes. Well, you'll see back in the past, you'd get a Mike Hussey and those type. They were still brilliant T20 players, but they were good test players.
Yes.
So they grew from test cricket and one-day cricket to T20. Where now you're seeing people are T20 players, but it's hard to play test cricket.
Yes.
So that's my view.
Thanks. Thank you.
Like and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon for notifications from the Brew.ae.